Hello, my tubies and my Teletubbies. It's me, yes, the one who loves you very, very much. And today we are going to be talking about black men who hate black women. I ran across this video YouTube, and it's with For Harriet. It's her channel, and I just was listening to what she had to say, and then it just automatically, it took me to a book that I was reading, and the name of this book is entitled Why Black Men Hate Black Women. Now, to give you the synopsis of why black men, not all, of course, please, I'm just speaking in general. Let's clear that up straight out the gate, because not all black men feel this way. But the book is entitled Why Black Men, you can get it on Amazon, Why Black Men Hate Black Women. And the synopsis and the end point of it all is they hate black women because black women are independent. They hate us because of our strength. That's what they hate the most about us. Now, after me telling you this, you don't even have to bother reading the book. Not really. I didn't even buy the book. I had my friend, my Italian stallion, he purchased it for me because he thought this would be something that I would be interested in. So, of course, I definitely read the book. And the number one reason why they hate us so desperately is because we have boundaries. We have certain standards that other races of women don't have. I'm not here to bash any other race of woman. God knows I'm not, because I have so many different races of women as my friends. I recently just made friends with a wonderful woman. She knows who she is. I love you, Lisa. You know why I'm doing this, girl. You already get it. She's amazing. She's Caucasian. She lives in Florida. She's the best ever. And she knows damn well I'm not a racist or trying to downplay any other race. At the same time, going forward, I want you to take a listen to this.
Talk about some of the foolishness that I just saw on TV. So Ayanna is back to not fixing a damn thing. And in the process, she's giving black men a platform to say stuff like
Hold on,
this.
Tubies. Sorry, Tubies. I had to rewind this because I had to start it from the beginning. Here we go.
Some of the foolishness that I just saw on TV. So Ayanna is back to not fixing a damn thing. And in the process, she's giving black men a platform to say stuff like this.
I don't date black women now because of past experiences. They like to place that strong personality on you. And sometimes you just stay in a woman's place.
Whoa. They like to what? They like to push that strong personality onto you. Stay in a woman's place. This is a black dude. That Ileana Van Zant, which I never really liked her because I don't see how she resolves anything. And her advice is always so far-fetched and stupid as far as I'm concerned. What did she fix? Come here, let me hug you. Oh, all that dumb nonsense. But anyway, stay in a woman's place? Exactly what is my place? A lot of these dudes, they keep basing everything off of what is in the scriptures where it says that a woman is supposed to be submissive to a man. They never look at that scripture where it says we're supposed to be submit to each other. Oh no, they never look at that. But what these males are failing to acknowledge or realize is that the Bible is originally written in Hebrew, Greek, and Arabic. And when you translate that women are supposed to be submissive to their husbands, they're supposed to this to their husbands and do this with your husband, submissive. When you translate it from Greek to English, submissive merely mean to be respectful. That's all it means. It means to be respectful. Nothing more, nothing less. It don't mean he get to call the shots. He get to tell you what to do. You got to jump when he say jump. He gets to make all the decisions. No, that's not what it means. It merely means that I have to address him in a respectful way. No, you do not get to call all the shots because I'm not your daughter. Last time I checked, I'm a grown woman. And as a grown woman, I have a mind, what most women, hopefully, have a mind that actually works. You don't get to tell me what to do. Now, we could sit down and we could compromise and we could work through things and make sure that we come to an agreement on many things. I'm your partner, buddy boy. I'm not your goddamn floor mat. I'm not no servant, and I'm not your daughter. You see, this is why a lot of black men don't like ebony women, because we have a brain that works.
Date whomever you want for whatever reason you want. But the fact that black men who choose not to date black women feel the need to constantly make it known is an issue. Look, preferences are fine. Everything ain't for everybody, and I embrace that. But if your preferences lead you to rule out an entire race of women, to denigrate the race that you belong to, something is wrong with you. Straight up. But
Thank you. Something is wrong with you anytime you feel the need to get on social media and talk so badly about how you don't like black women, because black women are this and black women are that. Really? The last time I checked, you keep saying that all these other races of women are so much better than the ebony woman? Really? Well, you better get your butt on Facebook, honey, and go into runaway husbands and see who these husbands are running away from. It damn sure ain't black women. You need to watch Dr. Phil more and listen to these husbands. They're not complaining about ebony women, that's for sure. And then for the black man, he should be the last one to sit here and try to criticize his own race and his own nation of women. You don't see no other race tearing down their women like black men. You don't see no other race doing that. Black man is the first one to cry about racism and Black Lives Matter and all of this bullyry. Let me tell you, you want to shut up a black man? Throw that word out there. Colorism. Yeah, let's talk about colorism, black man. Let's talk about that. How you want a red bone or anything that has pale skin or light skin because you feel that is better. If it's so much better, then why are these husbands running away? Why do you have so many of these marriages that are not working with what's supposedly better? They're the first ones to sit around and cry about white supremacy and how unfair that is and how wrong racism is. But you don't think it's wrong to hate your own nation and race of woman because of her skin tone? And then you want to try to dress it up by saying, oh, it's just we have a preference. Oh, okay, we understand everybody has a preference. So what needs to happen is people need to have, Caucasian people or other races of people, we have a preference too. We don't want no dark-skinned black men in our residence. That's why they're evicting you. They're firing you from your job because you have dark skin. We have our preference too, sweetheart. Yeah, that's right. We feel that you dark-skinned men are very untrustworthy. We can't trust you because we see that you have no loyalty and integrity to even your own race and nation. That's number one. Number two, we have a preference for people who are not threatening. You are very intimidating with that dark black skin. That's why we have to let you go, because we have a certain preference here. Yeah. How does that feel, black man? Yeah, we have a certain preference. That's why, we're finding reasons to kick you out of our residences and all the places where you want to reside, because what we're doing actually, black man. Yes, we're starting to treat you the way you treat your race and your nation of women. We're going to start treating you that way. And then the moment he wants to try to argue and talk about all of that, and try to just throw out that word colorism. Throw that on him. If you was in the court of law, you would win every case, because every black man, he stands accused and he stands guilty. Now you run along, black man, and find your little light skin, pale skin, or red bone.
First thing is that damage never gets explored. The conversation always devolves into a talk about Black women's deficiencies. That's ridiculous, and we're not doing that anymore. No. We're done. Why not talk about the fact that these men aren't even halfway desirable? Okay, so that's rude, and also not the point. The point is that it's normalized to disparage Black women. It's socially accepted to say whatever you want about us, and then we're put in a position to defend ourselves like that stuff is legitimate. And honestly, this is not even exclusive to Black men who choose to date out, because there are plenty of Black men who date Black women who really don't like us that much. What's wild is that by the magic of misogynoir, traits that in anyone else would be seen as positive get turned into negatives when they exist in Black women. We are too independent, too strong, too educated, too focused, too confident. Does that make sense to you? And on top of that, we have to deal with BS objective opinions about our undesirability. Like this.
Yep, you heard what she said. We're too educated, we're too confident, we're too independent. Our self-esteem is way too healthy for them. This is the reasons why they hate Black women. Yeah. Does that make sense to you? Let me go back with that one because she was talking. Oh, man.
Scientific racism inherent in educated, too focused, too confident. Does that make sense to you? Traits that in anyone else would be seen as positive get turned into negatives when they exist in Black women. We are too independent, too strong, too educated, too focused, too confident. Does that make sense to you? And on top of that, we have to deal with BS objective opinions about our undesirability. Like the scientific racism inherent in that article from Psychology Today that deemed Black women statistically uglier than any other race. And none of this is general.
That's just too crazy. We're supposedly the ugliest thing, but yet everybody is trying to copy off of us. Remember when there was a time when big butts was seen as, oh, look at that big old fat ass. Or our lips was always put down or looked down on. And now you see everybody sitting up here spending $2,000 a month getting their lips shot up. How many people do you see going around here getting butt implants? Our big juicy thighs, our nice round titties. Oh man, our skin, our complexion, outstanding. You've seen my pictures, honey, even with me live. Go on to see me live talking to you and look at my complexion. It's poetry in motion. It's the utter epitome of beauty. No one could ever make me feel bad about my skin color or my skin tone. No. As many people as I see out here sunbathing, doing everything in their power to get what I naturally have. You can never convince me or brainwash Sheila True Love into believing that ebony women are not one of the, and I'm not going to say the only ones, because there's beauty in all races of women. I think Italian women are so crazy beautiful. And Hispanic women, they knock you out the box. Black women, awesome. Awesome. You know, there's beauty in all races, but not according to the Black man who hates Black women. On a scale of 1 to 10, kid, on my bad day, I know I'm realistic. I'm a 5'6". On my best day, forget scale of 1 to 10, honey. No, I'm a 12. I be busting it off the charts, and I'm smart enough to know it. Let me get all dialed up and have the professional people fix me up the way they do these other women that you see on the media who is airbrushed, made up like crazy. Give me those same professional people to make Sheila True Love up, honey, please. Please.
It's meant to argue that Black women are single because we're broken. It's meant to keep us on that treadmill of seeking validation. So we're fed all this stuff about the obstacles that we should surmount to prove that we are worthy of partnership. I decided that I'm not proving anything. I'm not going to pretend to be sweet and docile to make you feel better. Not to mention that the narrative about Black women being single indefinitely is just false. Last year, I spoke to Philip Cohen, who is a sociologist and demographer, and he was kind enough to walk me through the data and explain to me that the overwhelming majority of Black women do get married. We just do it later because the Black men are absent from the dating pool. for all kinds of reasons. If you're fixing your mouth to speak negatively all the time about black women, you're not pro-black. You can't be. Because the work that black women do literally keeps black men alive. It keeps black communities thriving. As the great philosopher Beyonce...
Can I get an amen on that? Can I get an amen on that? We are the ones who kept these black men alive when people weren't willing to hire black men, but they would hire black women. We're the ones who kept you afloat. We're the ones who was out there marching by your side, even though we were pregnant, even though we were still afraid, just like all the other races of women who were too afraid to step up and get involved. We were right out there getting bitten up by dogs, having water holes blowing us down. If it wasn't for the ebony woman, black men, would you even still be here? And I have got to keep it real with you. Anytime you got a black man who hate black women, you need to take those, oh man, I wanted to say monkeys, yeah, and put them right back on the plantation. Get that whip out. Slave master, come on back, baby. Crack those backs of those mentally diseased black men. Put them back on the Caucasian man's plantation. You want to take care of the Caucasian man's nation? Then you should be right back on his plantation. See how poetic that is?
Knows Carter once said, when you hurt me, you hurt yourself. When you diss me, you diss yourself. Get it? For some reason, it's way too easy for y'all not to see black women as the people who care for you in your homes and in your communities, who organize and march for your lives. Instead, we get reduced to the people who hurt your feelings when you were 13. And honestly, if you feel this way in your heart, just leave black women alone. Don't ask us for nothing. Don't try to make this our problem. Worry about yourself.
Okay, girlfriend. And there you have it, folks. I couldn't have said it better. I had to bring her on. I had to share this video with you because, sometimes some people can express things better than you can, or you have these certain feelings, and yet you don't know how to express it. So after listening to her, I was like, oh, hell yeah. I could not have said it any better. So when you black men want to sit around and talk about how no good ebony women are and how much better every other race of woman is, don't you ever sit around and talk about Black Lives Matter. Don't you ever complain about racism. Don't you ever talk about injustice. Because the first thing I'm going to throw at you is colorism. That's 1,000 times worse than racism. This is Sheila True Love, truly loving you and loving those who love me. And even for those who don't love me, I will pray for you. Your loss. Have a good day, darlings. I love you.